Guys, Trump just held the first meeting of his Gaza Board of Peace and gave one of his most insane speeches in a long time. I'll start with the important stuff. Trump said the US has pledged $10 billion to Gaza reconstruction, which brings the total to $17 billion, and that 5 other countries are sending troops to patrol Gaza during this period. They also plan to build 400,000 new homes in Gaza, though they didn't give a timeline on that. But this is where things start to take a turn, because Trump said this brand new Board of Peace will be looking over the United Nations and making sure the UN runs properly, which is crazy because the UN is obviously the global authority. Also randomly teased we'll find out the outcome of Iran talks in the next 10 days. And he went completely off the rails and bragged about Vance's grades in college and told world leaders they have the hardest names to pronounce in history. He also took shots at Gavin New's scum and said AOC is a young, attractive woman who can't answer questions. Also again recounted the incident at the UN where his teleprompter went out and then the escalator stopped working, and said he had to grab a certain part of the First Lady's body to stop from falling. Also said he doesn't like attractive men, but he likes attractive women in the middle of this Epstein Files fallout. Just look at the faces of the 40 member countries while he was speaking. He must have been exhausted by all that rambling because he fell asleep while the other countries were talking. Anyway, it was a spectacle to behold, and something else that stuck out to me was how many of Trump's inner circle was there. So it's his son-in-law Jared Kushner, his chief of staff Susie Wiles, Marco Rubio, Trump, JD Vance, and his Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff. Of course, before any of the other members could speak, they all took turns praising Trump. News Girls brings you recaps and analysis like this every single day, so follow to stay in the loop.